Hey everybody. So on Thursday, Tirza Quid and Elisheva Dorfman were having a little conversation about their sleep struggles and mentioned something about needing an intuitive sleeping something or other. And I piped up and said that I use the intuitive eating principles to help me with my sleep struggles, and that I would post something about how I overcame it. So here I am doing just that. So let me give you a little bit of a background about my sleep struggles and what they look like. So for as long as I can remember, for sure going back to the beginning of high school, maybe earlier, I don't even remember, I always liked staying up late. It's just what I did. I would always do my homework late at night. I would just start everything late at night. Motzei Shabbos, I would go to sleep crazy late because I knew I could sleep in Sunday morning. Sunday night, I'd have a hard time falling asleep. Anyway, I would always stay up late. And so it continued for most of my life. To the point that at some point, even after I got married, I think, I was still going to sleep pretty much at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. That was pretty standard fare for me. And at a certain point, it just became a little bit ridiculous. Like, what was I going to do about this crazy sleep situation that I had put myself into? And I tried everything in the books according to like what everybody recommends about getting to sleep early. I did all the tricks. I got myself into pajamas early on in the evening. I started dimming the lights in my house early on. What else did I do? I had an accountability partner. I would tell them when I went to sleep so that I would feel like I was accountable to somebody about when I needed to go to sleep. I would reward myself if I went to sleep on time. Probably lots of other things also. I tried so many different things to help me actually get to bed on time. And invariably what happened was it would work for a few days, and sooner or later I would kind of, fall off the bandwagon, and I would be back to going to sleep crazy late again. And of course my days really, really suffered as a result of it. I was getting to the point where I really considered working with somebody about this. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, how come everybody else can, get themselves to bed at a normal time, and this is something that I'm struggling with so deeply. And I started researching different sleep coaches for adults, just like there's sleep trainers to help babies get to bed on time. I thought that maybe I could find something for adults too. And as I was doing this research, I had this insight that maybe, just maybe, I could use the intuitive eating principles to help me with my sleep. And so I started exploring it. Just like everything else that I had tried doing for so long, I figured, what do I have to lose? I already know the intuitive eating principles backwards and forwards. So what do I have to lose by trying to apply this to my relationship with sleep? So I'm going to go through the principles kind of one by one and sort of explain how I was able to use the intuitive eating principles to help me overcome my sleep craziness. So the first one, reject the diet mentality. So I was very much in the diet mentality about my sleep relationship. I would go to sleep late knowing that, well, tomorrow I'll be good. Tomorrow I'll go to sleep early. So tonight I could stay up late. I could stay up as late as I need to. That's when my creativity would suddenly come to life, would be late at night. So that was one diet mentality, stay up late now because tomorrow you'll be good. Another way was, it's already so late at night. I've already ruined it. I've already lost my chance. I've lost every opportunity. Might as well just blow it and just pull an all-nighter, right? What do I have to lose? Might as well just do that. Let me think. What other diet mentality things did I have? Whatever. Those two we'll have to do for now. So I had to start reminding myself that it's not all or nothing. Just because I went to sleep late last night, or just because it's already so late now, doesn't mean that this night is a total goner. I'll get to sleep when I can, and I'm going to make an effort to get as much sleep as I can and be as well rested as I could be. And tomorrow, I'll also do my best, because tomorrow's a new day. Not that it all starts again tomorrow, but that tomorrow is a brand new day with a brand new experience. So that's sort of how I started working on my diet mentality around sleep. Then, using principle number 2, honor your hunger. Well, honor my sleep. honor what feelings were coming up and arising inside my bodies, which I actually didn't feel for so long because I had been ignoring them for so long. So for example, I'd be sitting and working on a project and all my creativity would be coming out and I'd feel all inspired and doing everything I needed to do. And then suddenly 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning would come around and boom, it would just hit me like a crash. I'm so exhausted and I just have to go to sleep now. But by that time, I was already so overtired. So to wind myself down to sleep at that point took so long because I was already so overtired. So the way I honored my hunger, honored my need for sleep, was by telling myself that starting in the evening hours, okay, it was just a practical time to work on it, starting from about 8 o'clock, I checked in with myself I don't even remember, every half hour, every hour, something like that. I checked in with myself and I said, how tired am I on a scale of 1 to 10? What's my tired level right now? And even if I wasn't prepared to act on it, right, even if I wasn't going to put myself to bed right now, just recognizing and tuning in to what my body was actually telling me about what my tired level actually was helped me to start going to sleep at a more normal time. So that was my honoring my hunger, was by checking in with myself as the day went on, as the evening went on, to see how tired I was. Okay, make peace with food, make peace with sleep. I had a lot of anxiety around getting to sleep on time. I was so stressed and so nervous about it that I had to start, and this kind of goes into a little bit with principle number 9, exercise, feel the difference. I had to learn how to relax myself and embrace sleep and allow myself to be that, that person that went to bed at a more normal hour as opposed to the 2 o'clock in the morning that I was used to, and see that sleep could be a normal, regular part of my life, just like it is for everybody else. Okay. Challenge the food police. So there were all sorts of comments that people would make to me all the time about what my sleep should look like and what it shouldn't look like and how I should be able to manage on 6 hours of sleep or 5 or 4 because, you're a mother and you own a business and you're busy and you just have to push yourself. Versus the other people that were telling me, no, you have to give yourself as much sleep as you possibly can. You have to take care of yourself. So to balance all those thoughts and all those ideas that were being thrown at me, was also very important to learn how to challenge those thoughts and really come to my own truth about what sleep meant for me, what was real and true for me about how much sleep I needed and in what capacity, what time, what environments, and all that. Okay, principle number 5, feel your fullness. So again, the flip side of feeling my hunger was feeling my fullness, feeling that, okay, when I got to the sleep that I needed to get, whether that was at 5:30 in the morning or 7:30 in the morning or whatever it was, to feel it and be done, and to know that, like, okay, now I can get out of bed and start my day, and I can feel confident that I will get the sleep that I need to get come the next evening or next afternoon if I have the opportunity. Okay, principle number 6, discover the satisfaction factor, and this I went into a little bit, just expressing for myself and realizing what sort of environment I needed in order to have that luxurious sleep that I needed. Certain type of linen, certain type of pajamas, a certain level of darkness in the room, a certain level of quiet that I needed in order to be able to go to sleep, in order to get that really satisfactory, luxurious sleep that my body really was craving. Okay, next one, cope with your emotions without using food. So and instead of sleeping in just because, well, it's convenient and nice and wonderful to be able to sleep in, but to recognize that sleep is something that I need in order to energize my body. But aside from that, sleep is not a place where I want to be spending my day, not that I was, but be able to cope with my life without having to go to sleep to take care of things was very, very important. Principle number 8, respect your body. Again, there are, and this kind of goes hand in hand with principle number 10, honor your health with gentle nutrition. That part of respecting my body was giving it the sleep that it needed. And, when we look at sort of this like gentle nutrition sort of look when it comes to sleep, so there are people that make do with 3-4 hours of sleep. That's true. Those people exist, but that doesn't mean that that's the norm. Right, there is kind of a standard that we're told about how much sleep a person actually needs. For an adult in general, it's 7 to 9 hours. And so to find my place within that gentle nutrition of what sleep looks like for me was so, so important. And that's how I started honoring my body. So that kind of covers the principles of intuitive eating and how I use them for my sleep. And nowadays, I'm at the point where because I spent so much time actually tuning in, for me, the feeling my hunger of sleep was the biggest transformational point for me. Realizing that my body does give me signals about how much sleep I need and when, and by just tuning in and noticing those signals that my body was giving me. So even if I couldn't honor it in the moment, let's say I did have a work deadline, or let's say I was needed for something else in my home, whatever it was, but by recognizing and acknowledging the need that my body had, that right now I am, on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 being totally exhausted, 10 being totally wide awake. If I was feeling like a 2 or a 3 in terms of exhaustion, so even if I wasn't able to give that to myself right then and there, but by acknowledging it and realizing that this was the sleep that my body needed, over time it became easier and easier and easier to honor it. So that's my scoop.